Yeah, what's up? So you too. I almost forgot what I was getting ready to do. Yeah, I'm back. I-9 Gabriel 19 Skate Master Spark. And basically this is the BRONX series that I'm into right now. And I just want to give a little foundation for the BRONX series. The BRONX is 1428 Webster Avenue. That's when I was sent up there, dispatched up there to give an analogy, analyze what was going on. Had nothing to do with who was doing this or who was doing that. It was just the whole general atmosphere and how we can make it a better place. For many of you don't know the location, I don't even know how many floors it was. I think it was like 21 floors high. It was an enormous place. The projects that I was in was considered to be one of the most notorious projects in that particular area. I felt no fear for my life, but you just have to be on point. I did have 2 kids with me, 2 children, and I think they had to be like maybe a month and maybe a year, 1 year and a month. So basically I was, that's the year where you picking them up, you carrying, you walking slow. So, I really got in tune with the things that was going on with the woman and how she actually needs help with the children, because I needed help. I couldn't get no help. I couldn't even get help from the baby's mother, which by saying this will probably bring a lot of flack out from her. But this is the BRONX series. Actually, she was up at the BRONX, and basically she knows what I need to be doing. So it's not about her permission or anything like that. I stood my ground as far as doing what I had to do with the children and everybody. But that was the first time that I realized that women actually need help in raising the children. And to explain to you better, it's like coming from a bad, because the way I looked at everything, I've seen other people from other lands who come over. They have their own support system. They help each other, from Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Cuba. Because that particular area is not just a black area. Actually, it was a little bit of black in the projects that I've seen. Well, it was basically a Puerto Rican area that I've seen, or Hispanic as they wish to be called now. And what I've learned is how people, they get together, we're not talking about customs, but we're talking about how people stick together. And through drugs, through alcohol, through other things, my family or my race was not they wasn't sticking together as such. I guess when people come from another country, they have to depend on each other more. We had a little bit more leeway because we was here. But the way I know family gotta be is not how it is, which means that people, they get a certain age and they leave and they go out on a false dream that is fed to them in school, mass media, television, CDs, radio. They don't care and they don't hold on, and all that is due to respect. When you respect your mother, you will help her. Even if you are a man, you will respect the species that your mother is, and you will help your wife. So it's a lot of learning that people have to do, and it was all set up in the BRONX. even though I am from Red Hook, and I had to leave Red Hook to see the world. I would be in, if I didn't do that, I would be in Scotoma, and I would be just thinking about, talking about what I've seen as far as from being in Red Hook. So like I said, the Spirit took me to the Bronx. It was a funny thing how I got to the Bronx, because I had put in an application for the projects, and they kept putting it on the end of the day. When my time was up, they take my application and put it and bury it down. What was happening is that people that's working in the housing authority, they don't do their job right. And that's another thing that we need to be looking into. And they don't do their job right. They'll give an apartment to their friends and bury your application. And you say, well, why would you need an apartment? Because like I said, I did have 2 children, you know, and it was necessary for me to do it. And people think that you can have 2 children and you can work, and you cannot do. Taking care of the children is a job all by itself, you see. And people say, well, you don't work, you just take care of your children. That is a job and a responsibility. And the #1 priority when you're having children is to nurture them and to teach them as they come along. We are people of habit, and one must tell a child over and over and over and over for them to adjust themselves and to make it happen. But when I got to the Bronx, you know, because heaven works in mysterious ways. They'll let you know by this is what you're going to do. Sometimes they'll pick you up and make you do it, but sometimes they'll just start cutting all options away. So anyway, got to the Bronx. I'm looking out the window, and I'm seeing that we are all in a big prison. This is a prison. I mean, it's not the first time I've seen it as a prison, but they'll give you a reality check, and they'll zoom in reality, then they'll zoom out the reality, you know, because they don't want you to be afraid. But the lifestyle of a project is actually the lifestyle of a prison, where everything is controlled and restricted. People say, well, I can go upstairs and I can play games and I can do that. The most and the best thing you can do in the projects, and the most that you can do in the prison, is learn the laws of association, the laws of the Constitution, the laws of state, federal, and city ordinance. This way, you can become involved in changing the laws and make those who are in office provide for you money. There's money to be given, but it's not going to be given to you if they know that you don't know what to do. So the first thing I'm talking about the Bronx is that it was a big prison, the project, WEBSTER projects, and people dealt with it the best way they could. But we can deal with it by taking the next 20 years to learn where we at in America, to defend ourselves and our children, to help the women with the children, and not to just spoil her, because you got another book with the Bible talks about the virtues of a woman and her conduct, what she should do, how she should do, and it's called Proverbs, and you need to read it. They got Ecclesiastics tell you about there's a time and a place to do certain things. You need to read that, and you need to read the federal rules and the civil procedures of the federal laws, and you need to read the Constitution. And this is what they said to me about the Bronx when I got to the Bronx. So I'm going to get back to you. The shout out to WEBSTER. We're here. I'm talking about you right now, and hope that those that willing will change their ways. And a good shout out to Red Hook and to Jamaica. and Talauchin. I'm out.